I just have pennies that I use to keep track of them.
Hello and welcome back, everybody, to Thursday night here at Heroes and Hooligans. I am your DM, Don, for tonight's episode of The Redeeming Corruption, Episode 3, Dragons and What? Before we get into it, it's been a couple weeks. Let's recap what happened last week. Chip, you feeling up to it, bud?
I got you, buddy. So last week we found ourselves descending into the ravine, crevasse, massive gaping hole in the earth upon which God's light no longer shines, and found ourselves at the entrance to the sunken citadel, where we unlocked a door kept closed by a strange mechanical something or other that caused the grinding of stone on stone when it opened and closed. Made our way inside, and in the very first room found so many dead bodies. Some of which we discovered later than others after careful investigation and trap disabling through a little bit of teamwork, only to find that the trap merely hid another trap as 3 risen dead lunged out of a hidden compartment out at us upon its opening. And I think that's about where we left off.
Yeah, generally speaking, you guys decided to rest up on the summit, did some scouting, and got into the first room. You did also find a rune in the first room as well, hidden by one of the bodies that was pinned to the wall, that I believe said something to do with a Shardalon, the dragon that was known in this area at one time.
Yes, the dragon that was worshipped here.
But yeah, so we're going to get right into the nitty gritty today, guys. If we can roll initiative. Those of you rolling on Roll20, if you can make sure to click your token first, then it'll add you to initiative right away.
I think I did it.
I was gonna say, who's that? I see a 16 and 19.
16
Yeah.
is me.
Okay, Jar needs to be added with an 11. That's fine. And anyone else who may have rolled elsewhere can also call it out.
All right. Peg has an 18.
Alrighty. We'll get Peg added on there with an 18.
I can't select my token, buddy.
Okay. I'm gonna do something. Yours was this one, right? Yeah. Okay. Try clicking, like dragging a new one on there. It might have to do with because I changed your token and I'm the one who dragged it out there.
Okay.
Is that working now?
I clicked it, so we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see if it does the thing.
I know that's the thing. So, Shen, if you're trying to move Peg around and you can't, same thing. Just let me know. I can delete this one and you can drag a new one out there.
I'm not sure if I placed one, but I tried.
I was gonna say, I'm not seeing one on the circle, but it's not that big a deal either. We can.
Let me try
All right.
again. But it's okay if you place one for me. It's fine.
Yeah, I was like, if you want to just tell me where we're going. And yeah,
I've got 22 for initiative if you want to put it in there.
Yeah, I gotcha. All right, and now we are going to get these in order. So when we get larger groups, I'll separate the enemies a little more. I typically, when I run combat, I just roll the enemies based on what they are. So if there's only one type of enemy, all 3 of these are going to go at the same time. But that means you guys get 2 as well. So you guys open this door to disarm the trap, and as you start to step into this damp, cold cellar, the three bodies in there that seem to have been long dead rise, and all three of them pull out bows. And at the top of initiative, we've got Althea.
All right. Undead. I like it. I like it. It's awesome. It's fun stuff. I think she will bonus action first shillelagh,
Okay.
and then cast it on her quarterstaff, and then use it to hit the closest skeleton.
Sure. So you're going to run up to the door and essentially stand in front of the door and swing your staff at him. Go for it.
Yeah.
I believe you would have 10 feet of movement after the attack, just for reference.
Yeah, and I have polearm, so I only have to get within
Gotcha.
certain feats there.
Well, wait. Does quarterstaff have reach, though?
Yeah, it should. It counts for polearm.
No, quarterstaff does not have reach. It's a pole arm, but it's a trade over from it being a two-handed fighting weapon in old editions.
Yeah, like it works with like the polearm master, but it doesn't actually have reach, I don't think.
Nope. 5 foot.
Oh, but you're a bugbear.
Yeah.
Bugbear
Okay.
gives you that.
Oh,
extra
so yeah,
5.
you have reach.
Yeah, you have reach no matter what. Never mind.
I was so confused. I'm like, wait a minute, I should be able to do this.
Yeah, you're
And
good.
it's shillelagh, so it's not
Yep, you get to use your as a druid wisdom
yeah.
as you take a thwack with your quarterstaff.
So does an 11 hit?
Unfortunately, it does not. The skin and everything is deteriorated, but these skeletons are wearing some leather armor that seems to have some capabilities of defending still, even though it is old and quite worn. So unfortunately, an 11 does not hit you. You go to swing and it lands solidly into the chest of this skeleton, but unfortunately can't actually deal damage through the armor.
Wonderful. These are strong skeletons, and that's gonna be end of my turn. I'll scoot over some too, so other people, if they need to get close, can get close.
Okay. Do you want to go like 10 feet over or 5?
Oh, 5 is fine.
Okay. Yeah, you're still technically in your range of this guy then too.
Yeah.
Following you up, we have Silwyn.
All right, give me 1 second. I'm just checking a rule quick.
No problem. And Peg, you're on deck after Silwyn.
Okay. Cool. I'm actually just gonna back up some. And I'm gonna try to take a shot at this one down here in the corner. Right-hand corner with my short bow.
Alrighty, go for it.
All right. 21.
21 definitely hits.
8
4.
piercing damage.
Piercing damage. All right, so your arrow goes in and it hits this thing, and it takes damage. The arrow lands solidly, and you see it sticking through the armor, and sticking out the other side. You see the skeleton kind of stumble a little bit as it readies its bow for its turn. Anything else you got for your turn?
All right. I'll bonus action dodge.
Okay. Can Rogue dodge?
Yeah, Rogue doesn't get. I'm pretty sure. Let me check my features. This
What did
is
it
I always
Yep.
confuse which the ones of the cunning actions are.
Yeah.
Dash, disengage, hide. It's always hide and dodge that I mix up.
Yeah.
No, never mind.
Okay.
Never mind. I'm good.
Alrighty then. Peg, what you got for us?
All right. Peg is going to cast Mage Armor, and
Okay.
then she is going to back up and look for somebody that she can maybe hide behind.
Sure. You are pretty far in the back. Atlas is right in front of you, kind of kitty corner here, if you can see me pinging with the blue circle. And Jaro's in front of him. So you do already have your big armor guy right next to you and slightly in front of you, ready to charge in.
Okay. All right. She's going to stay right behind big armored guy, and that's the end of her turn.
The other thing I will say is I do typically allow my players to just, if they want, cast Mage Armor at the beginning of the day. So if you wanted to like use the ready action to like run forward after Atlas charges in or something, you could do that and still have the Mage Armor up. Like that's kind of one of those things I assume most wizards just do in the morning as part of their morning rituals, right? You prepare spells and then you're going into a dungeon, so let's get Mage Armor up.
All right. In that case, could she? Well, she's going to ready action with the booming blade to come in there and just be part of the cleanup squad instead of like the in your face squad.
Okay. So you're gonna wait for when Atlas charges in. You're gonna go in with him and cast Booming Blade.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
That is going to move us on then to Atlas right away.
Hey, it's the big armored. I'm going to move. I'm going to 25, 30. I'm going to put myself right here. Can I be right there?
Yeah, diagonals are also only 5, so you could have like 5, 10. You could have got there in 20 feet.
I'm right where I want to be at anyway. I'm going to attack this one right in front of me with my one-handed spear.
Okay. So you're holding your shield in your other hand then, I presume?
Yep.
22 definitely hits.
22. 10.
For 10. Okay, so this guy with the arrow and your spear, as you come charging in and stab your spear forward, his bones just go scattering all over the place as he collapses to the ground. Peg, if you would like to charge up behind, you can. There's not going to be anyone in range of your booming blade, unfortunately, but if you would like to use that to still charge up and be up there with Atlas, that's certainly okay with me.
All right. Yeah. I'll come up there with him.
Okay, so we'll put you kind of kitty corner behind him there on the opposite of Althea.
Yes. Perfect. Thank you.
Awesome. Anything else for you, Atlas?
Nope. That'll be my turn.
All right. Jaro, you're up. Your tank is charged up. Your druid is charged up. Your wizard is charged up. What you got for us?
I'm going to slide over and Eldritch Blast this nerd.
Okay, the one straight ahead?
Yeah.
Cool.
I checked. It works. 17 to hit.
Definitely hits. Oof, 2. Okay, so the blow hits. It doesn't, it kind of glances off like a shoulder bone. So it definitely hits and deals some damage, but not as much as you might hope an Eldritch Blast might get in one turn. But it definitely lands, and you see kind of some bone fragments start chipping out of the skeleton.
Hey.
As anything else on your turn? Sorry, didn't mean to.
No, you're good. No, that's about all I got.
All right. Then that brings us to their turn. As they have been pulling up their short bows, they are both going to shoot the person standing in the doorway because shooting past them is going to be silly. I forget, does roll 20 let me do that? It does. Okay, so they're going to just pull out their short bows and make some attacks. Does a 20 hit you, Atlas?
Ooh.
20 does hit me.
How about an 18?
18 meets it.
Okay. So both of these are going to hit as these arrows come streaking in and pierce through your chainmail, I believe it is.
Yes.
Yeah, so these arrows come in and just find some like nicks in the chainmail that happened over some of your travel and just stab into you, and you take 13 points of piercing damage.
Owies.
As the one is then going to drop his bow and pull out his short sword and step up into you, the one that the Eldritch Blast hit, and prepare for the next round of combat, preventing all of you from rushing in. And it's just not super smart. That's going to bring us back to the top. Althea. One of them has died. Another one has moved and is standing over its corpse. You see a couple arrows sticking out of Atlas.
And did it move within my 10-foot range when it came up?
Yes, it would. Technically, is within 10 feet. It's through a doorway, and Atlas is there, so it has partial cover, but it is within 10 feet. If you would like your opportunity attack before your turn.
Yes, I would actually, if that would be okay.
And that half cover, I believe, is +2.
So 17
2
to
AC.
hit?
17 hits. You said +2, I'm right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, 17 definitely hits.
Okay. For 7 damage.
7. Okay, so that lands a solid blow. You kind of see that chip in the bone and whirl your quarterstaff around as it steps up and just kind of poke it over Atlas's shoulder. Do you have a description for your shillelagh? Is it like a dull glow, or I know you're like a spores druid? Is it like this like greenish purple cloud of spores around it, or?
Yeah, kind of like berry. If mushrooms could be berry stained.
Okay, yeah, so like a indigo, purple, blue, this like fuzzy haze. Yeah, so Atlas, you just get this like flash of blue over your corner as this quarterstaff just kind of pokes over your shoulder into this thing solidly as it moves forward. And then it's still your turn. That's just your reaction before your turn.
Yeah, so 15 to hit.
15 just hits with that cover.
Okay.
And I'll tell you, this thing is
12 damage.
Okay, so yeah, you kind of double stab over the shoulder, and this thing just clatters to the ground as it steps.
I shout from behind, "Move up! Pin the last one in."
Okay. And then is the other one's not within range of me? I don't think
No, the other one's 15.
Okay.
Yeah, every square is 5. So yeah, this guy's 15 away. It's 15
So
feet to the back.
I'm gonna move in 5 feet. Take my bonus attack with the opposite end of my
Okay. So the
quarterstaff
D4,
there.
right?
Which
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not gonna move my token, but I'm just gonna move in 5 feet, have the 10-foot reach. It misses with only a 9, I believe.
Yeah.
I will.
So you kind of step forward and try to do it, and can't find a good angle past Atlas's big armored body in the doorway.
Yep, and then I'll step back, and then
Okay.
that'll be end of turn for me.
Alrighty. Soen. No one has moved yet. They haven't had a chance, but these skeletons are dropping like flies.
I'll go ahead and drop my short bow to the ground for a second, quickly pulling 2 daggers.
Okay.
Move up to here, and then just quick toss them over Peg's shoulder at the remaining skeleton using 2 weapon fighting.
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
All right, first dagger. 16 to hit.
16 will hit with the cover. Oh, I guess you don't really have the cover. I also was Atlas's over.
9 to
Nine
hit with
will
the second one. That All right.
Yeah, 9 will not.
7 piercing damage.
7. Solid hit as the stagger comes flying kind of under your spear arm, Atlas, and you see it go into the last skeleton's chest as someone yells for someone to go in and pin it in there.
Okay.
Anything else for you, Sowen?
That'll be it.
Cool. That brings us back to Peg.
All right. As Peg moves up, is she able to get close enough to maybe stab one of these people with her?
You
blade?
could push your way past Atlas and go in, yeah.
Right.
And then if you
She's
wanted
gonna-
to like fill in to the side so your friends could come in behind you, they still have room then.
All right, that's what Peg is gonna do. And she's going to. And then she would like to. She just really wants to use this sword, this
Yeah.
rapier.
Okay. Go for it.
Which I have not added to my character sheet. Let me just double check here. But yeah,
Yeah,
she
it's
does
ju-
want to use it.
Yeah, it's just an ordinary rapier right now.
Oh, okay.
I just
Very finely
imagine this
crafted.
small sized little owlin peeking through Atlas's legs there with a little sharp pointy blade, like stick him with the pointy end. Just bink.
All right, so I click on that. All right, what do I need to roll for? Because the character sheet is just blank right now. What do I need to roll to? Rapier is what? D6, I think.
Well, so you have to roll a d20 plus your dexterity mod to hit first.
All right,
So
let's go ahead and roll that.
you're not
Wherever
proficient
Oops, I rolled
in
2.
saves.
She
No, I
should be.
believe
It's
she's
blade
a
song.
blade singer.
Yeah, hold on. Let's roll that again because I rolled 2 by accident. Okay, so d20 plus my dexterity modifier is 3, so that would be
Plus
14 to
proficiency.
hit. Okay, 14 plus my proficiency, which would be plus 2, so that would be 11 plus 5, so 16 to hit.
Yeah, you hit. Go ahead and roll damage, which, yeah, that I think, rapier, 5d, double checking. Tis a d8. D8 plus
D8?
dexterity mod. Yeah.
All right. 1d8, roll it. 7 plus 3, so
Ooh.
9 damage.
How do you want to do this? You're
She's
knocking
just
out. You're
really
knocking
enjoying
out the left.
beauty.
Yeah.
She's just enjoying this beautiful sword, and it was just singing in her hands, and she didn't really. She's like, "Oh, you're dead already."
So yeah, almost before she even realizes it, there's not even like a clear attack as Peg kind of dances into the room and to the side, and she just kind of flourishes her blade, and no one really sees anything. Very like Zorro-esque, and after a second, the skeleton just collapses from the wounds it's sustained, and we can exit combat. I'm gonna clear
Huzzah.
initiative. Good job, guys.
Huzzah.
We did
The
it.
3 skeletons have
Huzzah.
been vanquished, and you guys now stand in this cold, damp room and can get a good look. As the pocket chamber is very low temperature, the skeletons of those archers now slump against the walls, their bows and weapons scattered beside them, quivers and armor on their bodies. What would you all like to do next?
I mean, I'm walking in and taking a look around the room while I pick up those daggers I tossed quick.
Sure. So you like looking for loot, looking through the bodies, or just looking for anything of note in the room itself?
Just seeing what I notice as I poke through quick. I'm not desecrating the bodies. I'm just
I
being
mean,
perceptive.
that's fair. I was gonna say, yeah, if you're
No,
just
I'm
looking
guessing.
to
I'm
notice
desecrating.
anything, yeah, the room itself, there's not much
No,
in
I'm
there.
full. Yeah, I'm
Uh,
searching pretty clearly.
Yeah, you can go ahead and give me investigation for other things, but as you go in and get your daggers and start going through the bodies and anyone else who starts going through, each skeleton has about 20 arrows left on them. And you notice that the quivers all have a compartment with one arrow in it, separate from the others. You also find
I look at the rest. I glance at the rest of the party quick. Is anyone else carrying a bow?
Not I, says
Not I.
Pharaoh.
I do not think.
Oh,
Nope.
that's a nat 1 on the investigation, though.
okay. So what you then find, in addition to those things that are in plain view, you find 4 silver pieces and 2 gold pieces throughout the bodies.
All right. Got a little bit of coin back here and some fancy looking arrows.
Like I said, the leather armor is functional, but it's pretty smelly and moldy and nasty. You probably couldn't sell it if someone really wanted to use it. It's normal leather armor as well on them. But like I said, that's been sitting on decaying corpses for a few hundred years. I assume no one's super interested in that smelly leather.
I mean, it's probably got some good cultures to be able to grow some mycelium on.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if the cultures would have survived the cold in this locked away room, though. Would they?
Well, I
don't
have
know
my
how
own
resilient
cultures.
Yeah, if you wanna add as up to 3 moldy leather armors to your inventory, you certainly can, Althea.
Yeah, I think I will
Yeah.
pick them up.
So you said there'd be what? The arrows hold 20. They fire 258 arrows plus the normal, like plus the weird ones.
Yeah, sounds about right. There are 3 of the ones that were in the separate compartment that it seems like the skeletons were too mindless to draw. But yeah, there's clearly something about those arrows that they were kept separately.
All right, so I should have 77 arrows now. You see Sylvan like a little pack rat just slings all 3 of these quivers over the back, like ties one to the backpack, slings 2 over the shoulders, has the one tied across the back of their backpack already.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Can never have enough arrows.
That also kind of speaks. Are we supposed to hold like part of what we make for the shopkeeper too, or the blacksmith?
Yes. We said 5% of the take.
I believe it.
That's what I remember.
And Atlas will
Yeah.
take both the arrows out of his body, obviously.
Yeah. And as you guys come back into the tower shell area, I'll give you that description again since it's been a while. This circular area is cobbled with cracked granite upon which were all the bodies of those 4 goblins, apparently slain in combat. One of them slumps against the western wall over here. You guys already pulled out the spear.
Not anymore.
That was screwing it. Yeah. That's why it's slumping against the wall and not pinned to the wall anymore. And then there are 3 wooden doors, one stone door and 2 wooden doors in here, as well. And you guys looked up. Peg had flown up to one of the perches to investigate, as this tower is just a hollow shell of loose masonry up, going like 30 feet up.
So I did miss that these other 2 doors were wooden last time. That's why I didn't check them out. Good to know.
Yeah. These.
I was like, I don't want to make noise.
I'll personally refer to them as northwestern and southwestern doors.
Yeah. What do we think? North or south?
Hmm.
Althea will lick her finger and hold it up in the air, like how you would check to see which direction the wind's blowing. And I assume there's probably no breeze through here. I think south.
I'm
Right.
good
Does
with
anyone have a
south.
call based on any sort of judgment?
South sounds good to me. And then Atlas will put his hand on his chest and he's going to cast Cure Wounds on himself.
Okay. Definitely.
South it
Yeah,
is.
anyone who's done spells, whether it was mage armor at the beginning of day, cure wounds, etc., make sure you're marking those down.
I'm like, fine.
So yeah, you walk
come
up
over here
to-
and check this door.
Okay, go
Yeah,
ahead.
check this door out.
Look- Yeah, investigation, locks, traps, that kind of thing.
Sure. E.
All right. Well, I feel
11.
Sure. So with an
These-
11,
These dice don't want to do anything on that night.
so you don't find any traps on this door. It's a very old wooden door. It's not in the best of shape. It's been here. It's luckily been relatively unexposed to the elements, but clearly some kind of disaster's happened. It's kind of loose in the frame. It seems like at one point it probably locked, but this door at least seems loose and able to be pushed open.
Pop her on open, I guess.
Sure. So you look into this 20-foot wide hall. The walls are made of masonry. The far end away from you seems to have collapsed. You hear some skittering over there. And the western wall seems to be in much better shape over here than the other walls. It seems to hold a stone door that has a relief carved into it. It looks like some kind of serpent or dragon. And it seems to have a single keyhole situated in the rearing dragon's mouth.
Right. What God said to everybody else? No. There's a strange door up ahead, and it looks like the walls crumbled in a bit. I can hear something moving around in there. I'm not sure if it's rats again or goblins.
Well, if we want to see about going in, I can take the lead.
Yeah, you guys can move yourselves around if you can't move in one
Certainly.
group, you can let me
After
know.
me, after you.
Atlas will step into the doorway.
So yeah,
I'm trying to
like I
drag
said.
myself on stream, y'all.
you stand in this 20-foot wide hall here with like rocks and boulders and bricks that seem to have fallen out of that southern wall. The other walls seem okay, but crumbling. The western wall seems in really good shape with that fancy dragon door.
So I don't notice anything potentially dangerous outside the crumbling wall.
No, I mean, again, there's like skittering coming from the rubble over here, but it doesn't seem super interested in you. You figure if you guys don't get too close to it, it probably will leave you alone.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, I want to get closer to the door and look at that a lot more.
Yeah, I'm following directly behind.
Okay. No reactions so far. So yeah, like I said, as you step forward, you can see what's clearly a keyhole inside of the open mouth of this dragon that's kind of carved in and coiled out with this stone maw coming off of the door.
Oh, hey, Don, we just had something redeemed.
Oh, cool. What do we got? Random
A
encounter,
little
huh?
present for you. A little present for you.
Sounds good.
Whose fucking side are you on, anyways, Chip?
The winning
My own.
side.
My own, as always.
That sounds about right.
Don't worry, I still have plenty of channel points left to do other things.
Nah, it's fine. because all that means is that as you get in and bend to take a closer look at that door, some things do actually start moving out of the rubble. As the skittering increases and 3 giant rats start rushing forward at you.
I dig it.
We can go ahead and roll initiative. I'm going to take not a surprise round because you guys knew it, but they're all over here and showing themselves out of the rubble and starting to make their way toward Atlas. Oh, and I hit the wrong button.
Can we get the tracker back? Oh, there it is.
Yep, there it is. And yeah, you guys are in there. It's just weird.
Peg has a 17.
Okay.
It's all those rats.
Dang, we high rolling right now.
Oh, I accidentally rolled twice, but it should be. Why is it not showing up? I'm clicked. No, it should be a 24, but it will not. It did not add me, even though I'm clicked.
That's fine. It's not a big deal to get you in there. You said 24. And let me pull up these guys.
And if you just add me in the future, I can edit my own
Yeah,
for you.
for sure.
That way you don't have to worry about it.
Oh, what am I doing? Look makes it easy for me, right? Yeah. Cool. You guys keep rolling really well. But that's okay. You can get the good rolls out of yourselves today. So as these rats start moving forward, people were aware there was something in the room, so no one's like surprised. So there's no surprise round. Elfie, I assume you at least came into the circle chamber, probably near the door there. But first up, we've got Sowen with 24. These rats show themselves from the rubble and start snarling and heading toward you and your friends.
What is your ruling on dragging an ally? Is it half movement?
Yeah. If they're willing, you don't have to like make a grapple check or use your action. It's free object to grab them if they're willing, and then but you're still dragging them, so it's half movement. That being said,
Atlas
the
with
way
me.
this initiative is that all of you go together and then the rats go. So if your party mate wants to spend part of their movement to move with you, I would allow that.
I've got enough movement with Wood Elf to just drag Atlas. If Atlas is okay with it. Atlas, come on! And I grab hold of your shield arm and start pulling you up towards the rats with me.
Okay. That's where Atlas wants to go. He's willing.
So I'll just put Atlas right next to me there.
Yeah.
And I will take my first attack on the rat, I guess, right in front of me with my short sword. Or
go for it.
Yeah, short sword.
Short sword.
$17.
17 will hit.
All right, cool. That'll be with. We'll just make this one with the short sword. We won't use sneak attack on this hit.
Okay.
8 piercing damage.
Yeah, straight through the head. This guy showed his face and was not expecting you guys to charge up at him, and you just straight into his maw as he's snarling.
Cool, and then I'll go for the one right in front of Atlas with the bonus action dagger.
Okay.
$15.
That'll hit.
And this one I will do sneak attack on. I don't know where the button is for that, so I'm just going to roll the
Do you have the 2-weapon fighting feat? Is that the feat you took?
No, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be adding the plus
so
5. It's only a.
Okay, so 3.
It's 3 plus a d6. So
yep.
Plus 1. 4.
Okay. So you pierce, and this rat continues snarling, and it kind of turns into this blood-curdling pain screech, but he is still up and snarling at you and Atlas in their faces.
All right. All right, that's about all I'm good for, Atlas. And I'm going to back the hell away. In and out.
Okay, that rat is going to take an attack of opportunity at you. As you do. The one that you
Damn, I
just
didn't consider that.
stabbed. 9 plus. I don't think it's gonna hit you. Oh, I guess your rogue it might. So that is 13.
AC 17.
Yeah, no. So it snarls, but you're able to definitely dodge out of the way and get out of its reach before it does kind of retaliatory snap at you. But that's gonna then bring us to Jaro if you're done sewing, or do you got some other stuff?
That's it.
All right. Yeah, Jaro, what you got?
And also, I just realized I can only have backed up to there. That's much movement.
Yep. So you hear some commotion happening. You hear Silwyn yelling with me, Atlas. You charge in and see your friends fighting a couple of rats.
Jaro starts to wonder what we have against the wildlife here.
I mean, what does the wildlife have against you?
Fair.
I was about to say the same.
If you're talking, Randy, you're muted.
Oh my god, I was muted. I hate my life. I mean, not more than I usually do. Yeah, I'm gonna move into the room, hearing the commotion, and then come in and seeing the commotion. And then I'm gonna do what warlocks do, and I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast.
Sure. At the one in the corner?
Yes.
Okay. 14
The spotlight?
will hit.
Boom. Jesus.
You like that too? Well, you don't, but
It's so beautiful. I rolled a 2 on my last one.
yeah, it's
We need
very
to level up.
symmetrical.
We need to level up so I can start adding 5 to that. Or 4. 4. It's only 4.
Oh, because you're multi-class. That's right.
Mhm.
So yeah, Jaro comes in. You guys.
It's only 4 for now.
Yeah.
You
He ain't wrong.
over your shoulder. There's a bolt of bright light that shoots over you and slams into this rat's paw that's snarling at Atlas. Excuse me. Anything else for you, Jaro?
No, that'll be it.
All right, Peg. You're just outside this door. You hear some fighting and commotion and shouting going on in the next room over.
All right, Peg is gonna move up. She's gonna pass through the door, and she's going to throw her daggers. Let's see. So first one, 24 to hit.
24 definitely hits.
I do think you're at long range right now, aren't you?
Oh yeah, but you have the movement. If you move to right here, you're good. You're still not
Okay,
in
yeah.
range of there. So you come in and get a little bit closer once you assess the area and you get to that 20-foot close range.
All right, she's gonna throw a dagger, and then the damage is 5
Okay.
if the 24 hits.
Okay. Was that at the middle one or the one on the side?
The middle one.
Okay, so that dagger goes in and that one squeaks and snarls out a last death cry and then falls to the ground.
And so she has 2 weapon fighting, so on bonus action, she would use her other dagger.
At the other one? Go for it.
Yeah, the other dagger, and that's 19 to hit.
Definitely hits. And you said you have the 2 weapon fighting. Did you take that feat?
It just came with what she's got.
Okay, so you're not going to add the dex mod to this then, I don't think.
Just a D4 for damage.
Yeah.
Just a D4.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Oops. All right, let's do just a. Crush my fingers. Oh, 6 to hit then.
Oh, no, that D4 of damage.
Oh, D4
Yeah.
So
damage.
it's still a
Oh,
19 to hit, so whatever you roll on the D4 is the damage.
Oh, okay. All right, and we are going with 1 point of damage.
Oof. Okay. So this one kind of bounces and off the wall in the corner. It's kind of cowering in the corner now that it's surrounded. And the dagger does hit it, but it doesn't like go into it with the blade or anything like that. But it does deal a point of damage, and you see the rat kind of look confused for a minute. And that's action, bonus action. Did you want to do? You've got about, I think, 10 feet of movement. I'm not positive on your movement speed.
It's 30.
Okay, yeah. So you've got about 10
Unless
more if you
Blade's on.
wanted to move anywhere else.
I think she'll back up 10 feet.
Okay, just
Just
straight
in
back like that?
case. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And
All right. Althea, Peg just came in, threw some daggers, and backed up right next to you. There's one rat left standing in the corner.
Yeah, so Al's gonna
That's
say
a rat in
the
the corner.
goblin word
That's
for
a rat in the
basket,
spot.
and
Okay.
this spectral hand
Rat
holding a
in the-
basket that at first glance looks like a basket of berries, and then when you look even closer to it, it's like a basket of sort of blighted berries. And she's gonna try to chill touch on this last rat here.
Yeah, go for it. Is that a roll from you?
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
to hit.
Yep.
13.
13 meets or beats. Oh, nope, you're one above. You got it. Excuse me.
Okay. I love it. So this basket like comes in and kind of scoops at the rat to try to get a hold of it in the basket to do this sort of necrotic damage from these blighted berries for a whopping big, huge, ginormous 1 point of damage.
Okay. So yeah, you guys see this kind of spectral
Nobody
basket.
can get a damage roll on this rat.
Yeah,
No.
this guy's holding out. So yeah, you guys see the spectral hand kind of start floating forward and toss these berries at it. None of them like get in its mouth or anything, but they do hit it, and you guys see it. These wounds kind of start to open up on it. Not a ton, but there are some scratches and scrapes that start bleeding. As this rat does, I believe. Oh no, he's not quite bloodied yet. That's your action. Was there anything else you wanted to do?
I don't have a ton of bonus action options, so the answer is no.
Alrighty. And that finally brings us to Alice. You got pulled into the thick of things at the beginning, and now there's just one piddly rat next to you, snarling, getting pelted by daggers and
Just watching people throw things at the
ghost
rat.
berries and yeah, all kinds of stuff just getting tossed at this guy next to you, and he's snarling. His friends are dead.
I'm gonna try and put it out of its misery with my spear.
Okay, go for it.
22.
22 definitely hits.
9.
Okay. Yeah, how do you? Is there? It's a rat. Is there a particular way you want to do it, or you just?
No, I'm just gonna skewer it and then
Okay.
probably pick all 3 of them up and hold them out to all of you.
Yes, I was gonna tie them
think-
by their tails to my bag anyways. Thanks,
I
Atlas.
think is there a particular way you want to do this? Might be the most tired. How do you want to do this I've ever heard.
Like
I love
it's
it.
a rat. Like honestly, even the skeleton.
No, absolutely. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Also, for the record, just because I only asked that at the last enemy, you guys are always free to describe your combat however you want.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I do it when I haven't even hit yet.
But so that will drop us out of initiative. You guys have slain the rats. Good thing we're doing milestone, or that random encounter might have thrown off my XP scaling.
I had a joke prepped for the first time we run into like a big group of just NPCs of Sylvan takes a moment to remember this is a milestone XP game.
But yeah, things quiet down. There's no more movement amongst the rubble. Atlas picks up the rats and gives them to Althea, who ties them up and hangs them over her shoulder, puts them in her bag. And you guys are in this room with this big dragon door and some rocks and rubble over here in the corner.
I just tried to click myself on StreamYard yet again. I have to take it off of full screen. This is insane. I'll check out the weird dragon door.
Sure. Do you want to give me like
Atlas? Or does anyone speak dragon?
There was definitely someone that spoke Draconic.
Yeah, I remember there was. It might have been me. I don't know. Let me check.
It's me.
I don't know where
speak
languages are on
Draconic.
the Roll20 sheet.
Jaro does.
Yeah, I speak.
Jaro
I speak multiple languages. I speak
Same.
5 or 6.
Oh, I only speak 4. Aren't you cool?
Yeah, I speak Thieves' Cant, Elf. I feel like where's the rest of it? Alright, I'm just gonna open the actual online sheet.
So I'm gonna come over to my hombre since
Fuck this.
they
fuck this
asked
mobile
if
app.
anybody spoke Draconic. Yo, I got you. What we need. Door open.
Can you help me take a look at this door?
Yeah.
And I'm asking for the help action.
Sure. Yeah, go ahead. You can give me investigation with advantage. Or you can both roll. That's how I usually do it. If you both want to roll, you can. Or if one wants advantage, that's fine too.
I don't have
what's
any-
your mod,
I only
dude?
I got a +2. What about you?
Okay, I got a +5.
It's you, baby. I will help you though. I
All right.
will use
Yeah,
my
I'm gonna
dragon
go
to
ahead
hear
and I'm
you.
gonna go ahead and just call on the Moon Maiden for a little bit of guidance here with this strange religious relief and cast guidance on myself as well.
Ooh. Okay. So you guys, I don't know if we've seen magic, but yeah, you can go ahead and roll the add the D4 if you'd like.
Roll a 4.
Okay.
2.
So you
And you just
work
hear
with
a
luck.
quick muttered prayer in Elvish.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying the casting is just a quickly muttered prayer, said so fast the words slur together.
Yeah. So as
Kind
you
of
look
like
at this,
to the point where it's like goodbye,
Yeah.
goodbye coming from God be with ye.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, you hear this rapid speech come from Sowen as he bends over and looks at the door. She, sorry. Bends over and looks at the door, and you've worked with locks before. You've unlocked lots of locks before. There's definitely a lock here, and it's a damn good one. Like it's going to be very difficult for you to pick this lock. But as you kind of start to get your tools out and even prod just to get a look at the lock, there's something else that's preventing you from even accessing that lock at first. Almost as if there's a second magical lock over the mechanical lock. But you do not see any like needles or traps or anything in there. You see a large stone door and just notice that it seems like there's a very good lock on this door and then a magical lock on top of that.
Damn, Jaro, can you do anything about this warding covering the mechanism? I'd really love to get in there and poke around with it.
Yeah, let me see what I can do.
Probably not.
Can I do an Arcana check
Probably
on
not,
it
is what I'm hearing.
to try and figure out what exactly, like, see
Most-
if I can understand, like, the
Yeah, most definitely. Anyone
Origin.
who wants to do any kind of like arcana or whatever can totally try and figure out what kind of magic is on the store.
yeah, absolutely running an Arcana
I would
check.
love to give Jaro a help action on that Arcana check.
I'll allow it. You know some magic.
Mm.
Yeah.
I was
Seven
just saying,
think
if
back
anyone
to-
else wants to, you can too.
Yeah, I
Take
think
that
back
route.
to like
Yeah.
Okay, Peg.
I think back to like the compulsory magical education on Evermeet, and I'm like, that was like 30 years ago. So
Yeah, I was born a wizard, and then met a weird horse deer.
I just read a lot of
You were-
books. And
you were born a wizard?
Kinda. Aren't sorcerers just born wizards?
Yeah. What did you get on your Arcana, Peg?
I got a 15.
15? Okay, so both you and Randy, or I'm sorry, Jaro with his 17, both taking a look at this door, knowing there's some kind of magic over the knock. Both of you, and maybe even Silwyn thinks back to her time of a very common, I believe it's a first level litany spell, that's used to lock
Arcane
things.
lock.
Yep. Might be second level, actually, now that I think about it. There seems to be an arcane lock over the top of this lock. And for those of you, I'm pulling up the spell to double check right now. It's essentially, I believe it's a DC 30. So yeah, it's there essentially. It can be overcome with a, what's it called? Knock spell.
DC 30 Thieves Tools.
Yep, and then yeah, or if you would like, you can make a DC 30 Thieves Tool check to try and break the arcane lock.
Look, if I cast guidance on myself and have the help action, I have a 1 in 16.5 chance of making the check.
I like it.
I like those odds.
I'm a betting man. I take those odds.
But Silwyn doesn't know that math. Silwyn also doesn't know if there's something here to make a loud
I
noise
guess
if
the
if she
in-universe.
messes up.
I
Yeah.
think that's a good
In universe,
point there.
Silwyn takes a look at this and it's like takes a look at this and it's like, maybe we should head north and then circle back later.
Yeah, in-universe arcane lock probably makes it essentially immune to all but the absolute most master locksmiths around, essentially, is what arcane lock does.
Or if we just knew how to knock on invisible doors.
It's true, if anyone had that super niche spell of knock, that would also get you right through.
Hell, it's got a hand.
Why would you prep knock? Why would anyone prep knock when all I could talk about pre-session 0, or no, not pre-session 0, but pre-session 1 was how I built the character to unlock anything.
Who takes a spell to unlock a locked door that notifies everyone within 500 feet?
Yeah.
We got through.
But yeah, I think
You couldn't. You
I think
you
it's- I
can
think-
also brute force if you really want. You can try that too.
I think maybe we circle back to this, see what else there is in here. Clearly, if the spell's in place, the people we're looking for probably didn't get through.
Well, that and
I doubt
if
they'd
it's
lock
locked up
themselves
like
in
that,
here.
we don't know what's on the other side, and it could be something big and giant and scary that can eat all of us. So, I like the northward idea.
Could be the chupacabras.
Could be them chupacabras. Be like we should open it.
No, the chupacabras were off to the west, and we're in the other direction, right?
All right, that logic makes sense to me.
Silwyn thinks back,
carry
Silwyn
on to
thinks
the north.
back to hearing those things howl. Yeah, Silwyn thinks back to hearing those things howl. Was it in this direction?
Probably not.
It was dark, hard to tell, but kind of
Okay.
vaguely. Like technically, the ravine is like northwest of Oakhurst.
So I should probably tell you something. I did hear some howling the other night.
You shouldn't tell people that.
Oh, you did hear chupacabras.
Oh, it could have been coyotes or, like tundra wolves or something.
Yeah, we'll go investigate that when we find the children, for sure.
There's all this we talk. Is this like a paying job?
Well, I know me and Jaro were going.
We were going to the north.
I mean, I thought she did offer to pay us, right?
We're talking about the
To
chupacabra.
kill the chupacabras?
Oh, no, I'm thinking of the mother.
Yeah, the mother.
Karen.
Yeah.
No, we just heard from, I think one of the villagers said something about livestock being killed.
Yeah, so to the north we go then.
Yeah, this is at the north door. Is this locked, or can Atlas just push this open slowly?
I was muted there. This one's very similar to this wooden door. It's just a wooden door in there. It's not locked. This one's a little more sturdy in the frame. Like you'll have to actually turn the knob to open it. But it doesn't seem to be locked or trapped when you come up to it. It looks identical to the other wooden door.
Atlas will put his hand on the knob, but he'll look to Sylvan to make sure that if she notices anything.
Yeah, I'll take a peek.
Sure. Investigation.
Sure. $13?
Seems to be unlocked. Don't notice any traps.
I shrug.
Atlas nods back and then slowly opens the door.
And then the entire building collapses.
It just explodes.
Nah.
Rock fall,
nah.
everyone dies.
Yeah, no.
Roll characters.
Told you guys you could have.
We told you this was an old school module.
No, you push open the door and you see this probably, what is that, 80 feet, 40 feet, something like that? 40, 50 foot hallway, about 10 feet wide.
40 feet.
Yeah. Yeah, this long.
God, I play too much D&D.
It's about 10 feet wide. You see a door at the other end and two doors on either end, either side. There are torches like in the middle here lighting it, kind of near the doorway, but not quite on it.
All right, the torches means there's things walking about.
Yeah, this might be where we might need to do a little sneaky. I'll lead the way, but I'm not going to be the quietest out of all of us.
All right, well,
Sure.
I can... Do we think the whole group can... Do we think we can sneak through as a group? Do we want the two quietest of us to go scout ahead again?
DM,
Uh-huh.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I have a tiny pet rat as a friend. It's something that comes with my background. It's not a familiar or anything.
Yeah.
But I do have the capability to ritual cast speak with animals. Would I
Yeah.
be able to send my little mouse companion ahead and communicate with it what it finds when it goes ahead and looks?
You can give me an animal handling check to have it run ahead and come back to you. And then if you ritual cast speak with animals, we can certainly see what kind of information a rat keeps in mind.
Yeah, he's just like a little tiny mouse or a rat, like a little street rats from my urchin background.
Yeah.
His name is Figaro.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to animal handling, try and have Figaro run forward and then come back and tell
I've
your
got-
party to wait.
14 on the die for 18 total for animal handling.
Yeah, he's been with you a while. He runs down, kind of nuzzles at each door, pokes his nose under but doesn't go all the way in, and then comes scurrying back to you.
Yeah, so Al just says, hang on, I got an idea. And she kind of like moves, it sticks her hand in where her hair meets her fur and rustles around in there, and then you hear this little squeak, and she pulls out this little rat, and he's really pretty colored. He's white and gray, and he's got like the cutest little pink nose and beady little red eyes. And she spends a few moments concentrating, which in by a time, few moments is actually 10 minutes because it's a ritual cast. And then she starts like squeaking at him, and then sends him through the door down the hallway to go check the other things. Figaro's going to find out what's up there for us.
Okay. And in order to determine what Figaro can retain, I'm going to do a D100 luck check. So give me high or low. I'll tell you, I'm looking for about a 20% for like really good, useful information. We're looking for, if you choose high, it'd be like 80 plus, or low, it would be below 20.
You know, I've got friends in low places, so let's go with low.
All right. Low is the call. Okay. So Figaro comes back, and after a few, he starts squeaking at you, and it doesn't really make sense. And you kind of sit there and start ritual casting this spell with him nearby as your friends look at you as this rat's just kind of squeaking at you for 10 minutes. And as you sit there, it starts to make sense. And you start to make out a couple of words, and it's just kind of, no one in the hall. Hall's empty. Thought I heard something ahead, but...
Okay. Like what part of ahead, buddy? Like, was it at the door at the end or on one of the side doors?
The end. Not the one that I turned for. I don't think a rat would know left or right, but a rat knows turning.
Yeah. So, okay, the one straight ahead.
There was noises. It wasn't talking, but...
And then I'll rub his little nose. You're the goodest boy. And I'll stick him back in my fur, and I'll pluck one of the little mushrooms that grows off of her shoulder and give it to him as a treat before he scurries back into her fuzzy hair. So
Yeah.
Figaro says at the door at the end, he hears some things, but he didn't see anybody in the others or hear anything in the other doors.
Okay.
All right. Do we want to go? Do we want to look in the empty rooms first, and possibly delay a bit? We could get caught looking in them if they come out on some sort of patrol or something. But we could hasten the interaction and pretend we're here to meet with whoever's in the other room.
Well, I don't know if they're empty. I just know he didn't hear anything. So it could be somebody sleeping. Maybe they don't snore. And when she says maybe they don't snore, she'll side-eye at Peg, who snores like a lumberjack sawing logs.
You see Silwyn side-eyes at Al, who does the same thing.
Oh, Al most definitely snores. She's got sleep apnea.
Yeah.
I think we could check the other rooms first, just in case. We don't want something to pop out at our backs if we go straight through the doors, and maybe something is hiding in there.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't want to leave ourselves.
Do we want to check the rooms at the same? Do we want to check the rooms at the same time then? That way, our backs to neither of them.
Well, what is there? There's 5 of us, right? So we could have 2 people check one door, 2 people check the other doors, and then the other door, and then one of us can stand lookout.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. The code word. Let's have a code word. And she looks like really excited when she says, "Let's have a code word."
Darling, it's a 40-foot hall. I don't think we'll need a code word.
Well, just in case, maybe we're going to get into a situation where we'll need it. I think salami sounds like a cool code word. Or maybe brickleberry. I like brickleberry. That's a good code word.
Well, brickleberry is very good for you because you could slip that into a conversation at any moment and have it sound normal. What I'm worried is that you'll say it without remembering it's the code word with how much you like to talk about brickleberries.
Well, actually, I really love blackberries, but I mean, I knew a bear named Brickleberry once. He was pretty cool.
Oh, that's right. It's that goddamn TV show.
What is this sorcery you speak of? What is it?
I was like, that was a chip realization moment, not a sill.
Fine. How about pickleberry?
Right.
I've never seen one of those before.
Well, you have. Every pickle's a berry, actually.
She just kind of looks at
Cucumbers
you,
are-
tilts her head, mind blown.
Cucumbers are a berry.
You know what? This is
You'd know
entirely
that if
beyond my
you'd
scope
know
of
that if you'd
science.
had a traditional elven druidic upbringing.
Well, not all of us can be so fortunate, can we? Some of us had to grow up on the streets, fend for ourselves, and learn how to read from books that they find in the trash can behind the old library.
Atlas feels uncomfortable with his argument.
That makes sense. Books wouldn't teach you how to take a bath.
I'm pheromone maxing.
This man's spitting.
It's my favorite thing in a game when I get a chance to just throw insults out about characters.
I'm dead, not pheromone maxing.
Yes.
What is this? What is this? A Magic the Gathering tournament?
We're gathered and we do magic. So yes.
Before anyone gives us hate, I play Magic. I just don't go to tournaments.
But yeah, how do we want to split? How do we want to split up? Who wants to take top room? Who wants to take bottom room? And what are the groups?
I think I would like to take watch because I can see over the top of all of you. And it would just be easier that way, I think, if I kind of stay back. I'm a little bit large. I'm not really in charge, but I am large, so I'll just stand back and keep watch in case.
I lean over to Peg. Good. I really didn't want to get paired up with Thea. Do you want to go search the top room with me?
Sounds good. Yes, I'd like to search that top room.
Okay. Atlas, take the bottom then. Or I'll
Sounds
take the
like
bottom.
Sounds like we're headed towards the bottom.
Are we doing the sneakses, or are we just going?
I assume we're being.
I think we're
mildly
sneaking.
sneaky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do group
As
stealth check.
as some of us can be.
Yeah.
I have a 24 stealth, please.
Okay.
21 for Peg.
Okay.
Oh, I almost rolled sleight of hand.
Your boy's got a
Yeah.
20.
I mean, we're already
I'll
at
guide
three.
myself just to not.
We're already at 3 passes.
Yeah, but I want to remove the chance of being okay. The one who clubbed it.
And then we
22.
got our heavy armor wearer, right? Our paladin still.
Yeah. Stealth.
I believe in you.
Do I do this at disadvantage? Because I'm heavy armor?
You do.
So
That's hot.
So the chainmail is kind of clinking as you guys walk, but most of you are fairly quiet, and it doesn't seem like anything has noticed you thus far as you approach the doors. These are very similar to the previous ones. They are in there. You'll have to turn knobs and open them, but they seem to be ordinary wooden doors without any sign of a lock or anything. It's possible they're barred on the other side, but what are you going to do about
Right
that?
here.
There's a bar on the other
I
side.
pull a little canteen of oil off of my hip and hand it back to Atlas. Pour this on the knob; it'll make it quieter when you open. Get the hinges too.
Atlas will nod and do what she said.
And that is my guidance for that I'm
Okay.
casting on Atlas.
Okay.
So next skill check, or I think it's just skill checks that you make. You have a D4
Ooh.
within a minute, or
Okay.
until I drop concentration. But I'll let you know if that happens.
Sure. So you guys open the doors, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. So we're gonna do this room by room. The upper room is just an empty chamber. The ruined chamber seems to stand empty of everything but some rocky debris scattered about the floor. The bottom room You open the door, and you see a 10-foot square chamber hewn from stone. You see an upright keg fashioned of rusted iron, and rusted pipes leading from it into the floor.
I kind of relay what's in there quietly to Silwyn and Peg. I assume Jaro looked in with me. If not, I'll relay it to Jaro as well.
Yeah, I looked in.
There's like a peg with some pipes sticking off it.
To be clear, a keg with a K.
Oh, keg. Sorry.
That's my bad, probably.
Oh. Thea, I whisper call down the hallway. Thea, how many of those mushrooms you grow could be poisonous?
Yes.
Silwyn spitting again, by the way.
That's about what I thought. Something to keep in mind. Doesn't look like much up here, just ruins and rubble. We could poke about, see if there's anything hidden in the rubble of value, but I don't think there's much that'll lead us to our quarry.
So should I step in and see what's in this keg, or?
Yeah.
I mean, that's up to you. You can, it's a keg. You could move it around. You could try and breach it and open it if you wanted.
But it's got pipes on it.
Yeah.
We
I was
should
going to say,
open it.
there are pipes coming out of it.
I want to.
These go
move.
pipes come out of it, go
Yeah, they go into the
something.
floor. I think he said into the floor.
Oh, okay, I missed that.
Yeah,
I thought you were saying
it is like.
I thought you were just saying it was a tapped keg.
Oh, no. Yeah, there's pipes running into the floor. And it's not secure, right? It's not like an installed toilet. It is a barrel sitting there with a pipe coming off of it. You could definitely wiggle the barrel or move it around if you wanted, but it's also a barrel. So if you just breach that top, right? The wooden piece there, you can open it, whichever one you want to do.
Does it smell
Right,
like fertilizer?
No.
Okay.
What
Right,
does it
Thea,
smell like? What
Thea,
does
if
it
you
smell?
I think it's
Sound like-
sounding like a better and better idea to pop a few of those mushrooms in there. If we get these goblins a little weakened up, it might be easier for us to get through them.
Well, I could certainly try that. I don't try to poison people, just sometimes it happens.
Those of you near the door, who has the highest perception among you?
I think mine is it's not that high.
I have a 4.
I think Mira's
That makes it a 14,
passive,
yeah.
And a 0.
I've got a
I have a
16
13
Okay.
Peg.
What was that, Peg? You're muted.
I think Peg has the best party.
Passive 12.
No,
Okay.
Althea
yeah,
has a 16 passive.
Yeah, you're on the other end of the hall, though.
Oh,
Right?
that
You
was
said
looking
you
at-
said you
Oh,
wanted to hold
five.
back to keep watch. Was that?
More like kind of like
Well, no,
stay
because
back.
Thea came up to sniff
Yeah.
the stuff. So
I'm upright in this area, closer, but in about halfway down the hallway. I'm just really bad at moving my mini.
Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, unless you're, I would say within about 10, 15 feet of the door on the end, you're probably not hearing anything through it. It's not loud screaming or anything like that.
Okay.
But yeah, there's no super strong odor or anything from this. So what did you decide on there, Atlas? Were you breaching it? Were you shaking it? Were you doing something?
I was gonna take the lid off and just see what was in it.
Okay. So, as you take the lid off of this, a huge cloud of steam bursts out.
Oof.
And as the steam clears and you kind of close your eyes, 2 small creatures burst out of the keg and start attacking you.
Oh.
Well then.
2 little creatures. One of them looks to be a very small, tiny humanoid type creature that's flying that almost seems like it's made of ice. And the other is very hard to get a read on. It's incorporeal. It's almost like it's steam or fog that's moving about and disappearing, but it's clearly staying within the same area in a relatively humanoid shape.
Try to push him back into the pot.
No.
So yeah, if we want an initiative, these guys have a little more health than anything else we fought. So
is this one underneath me? Do you want me to move my token?
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind just bumping up 5 feet, it would make things much easier for sure.
Initiative.
Yeah, turn. Stowen, I've added you.
Peg has 18.
Thank you. There we go. Got Sills updated. I think I might need to press enter. Yeah.
Where are we here? Okay. We did not get you in there yet. All right. And Peg, you said you had, what was it? I'm sorry.
18.
Okay. Let's get you in there. Oh, you were at 13, enter, and you are an 18. And now we're going to get it in order. Cool. They do have a surprise round. So when you are looking in the ruined chamber and kind of coming over and looking into this room as Atlas opens up and this big cloud of steam comes up and makes it hard to see anything, your turn ends. You can take reactions again, but you do not have actions this turn. Same would go for Peg.
Yep.
And Jaro. The ice method is going to, as stated, burst out of the keg and make some attacks against you there, Atlas.
Okay.
Two. Actually, yeah.
Atlas is gonna die.
No,
They're not that good. Yeah, no, an 11's not gonna hit you. So yeah, this thing comes out, and as the fog clears and you kind of open your eyes, this icy thing kind of lunges at you and tries to scratch at you, but you manage to get your shield up in time so that its claws just make this high-pitched scraping sound against the metal. That is its turn. 7, that is Althea. You are no longer surprised. The steam one is going to come up. Let me pull that character sheet back up and double check.
You said I don't have reaction. I don't have action, but I do have reaction, right?
Yes. Now that your turn has ended, you are back to having a reaction.
Okay.
Yeah. 15-foot cone. This steam method is going to, out of the steam, it's very hard to see. And then I need dexterity saving throws. I think with the door, the only ones that actually get hit would be Silwyn and Atlas. It's a cone, but like that door is gonna kind of block it from really coning very much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could I argue that the ice method also needs to make this? It's in the cone.
You certainly can.
Okay. Sorry, I had to read Shield Master real quick.
Ah, damn.
Dex saving throw, you said?
Yep.
So 10.
Okay.
So 13.
So the two of you take 3 fire damage as a
Oh,
blast of hot steam comes out of this tiny creature's mouth, barreling through you. You both manage to get mostly out of the way. Fortunately, the ice method doesn't and takes the full brunt of it. Let me double check.
Wait, I'm sorry, Don. Was 10 a save for me?
Oh,
10
I'm
was the
sorry.
I
Oh,
take
that's
no damage then.
Oh, you take none?
If I'm subject to an effect that allows me to make a dex saving throw, take only half
use
damage.
your reaction to take no damage.
No damage.
Okay.
You don't have
So
your
you're using
reaction
your
yet. You're
reaction.
still surprised.
Oh, you're right.
That is true. You do not have a reaction yet. Yep.
I'm sorry. I
Um,
noticed it on the screen and I
Yeah.
couldn't not say it.
Ooh. And
I promise I
he-
didn't remind teachers about homework.
that steam did some real damage to the ice when you see its body just start melting away almost. But that is its turn. Atlas, your turn passes. You do not have actions or bonus actions. Your turn ends. You are no
so
longer
just real-
surprised. Yeah.
Real quick on Shield Master again. So it was 3 because I saved. This just says if I'm subjected to an ability, I can take half damage, or I use my reaction to take
If you
damage.
use
So do
your
I take half of
reaction
3?
to. If you are subject to one that allows you to make a save for half, you can use your reaction to take none. You don't take half automatically.
Okay. I see what you're saying. That's
Yeah.
any clarification.
I was gonna say that's
It's like-
what I thought
it's-
it was.
it's
I was
evasion.
pulling it up.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
so yeah.
evasion with a shield.
Alright.
Yeah.
So I take
But
3.
your turn ends. Your reactions are back. So if something else breathes at you before your next turn, you do get to do something. But
Yay.
Soen, as you get ready and notice finally or where things are happening, the steam has blasted you and you manage to duck mostly out of the way. What are you doing?
Yelling at Atlas again, stop going back in the fucking barrel! And then I'll shoot the steam method. Why the fuck not? Actually, no, I'm close enough. I'll throw daggers at a steam method. Why the fuck not?
Okay.
Daggers will hurt steam, right?
Only one way to find out.
There is only one way to find out.
Only one way.
And knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe.
$18 to hit.
Definitely hits.
All right, I'll do sneak attack damage on this one.
Yep.
Let me get that D6 rolled quick. 2 for that, and then dagger damage. 6. Damn, not a 1 on the D6. 8 damage for the first
Okay.
dagger.
Dagger goes through and this thing, it doesn't really scream, but you see its form kind of start to undulate before it seems like it's holding its form worse. And in case you were wondering, it doesn't seem like it was particularly resistant to that either, as weird as it sounds.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe stuff that one in first. I don't know if you'll be able to grab the steam once it's dead. Ice is pretty easy to pick up.
As the ice is just melting and dripping water on the floor. Anything else?
And I'll bonus. I'll throw the bonus action dagger quick.
Cool.
Do I have line of sight to the ice method, or would I need to be like up in the room for that?
I think if you moved up to the door, you could probably poke your head and get line of sight, but I think from here the wall's in the way. Like there you can probably poke a hand in and it's within 5 feet. Like you could probably just stab it.
I could stab it. Okay, in that case, I will bonus action short sword.
Okay.
You get that extra D6 instead of a D4.
Yeah.
If I hit.
Especially since you don't get to add your dex.
Yeah.
25 will hit.
25?
Even with partial cover.
So that is 5 piercing.
Got you. I had to think for a minute. Okay. This guy is super beat up. You reach around and your short sword goes straight into it and a huge chunk falls off, including one of its arm, and it's just sort of floating there looking very sad.
It's very sad.
All right, let me step on out of the way here. And I'm going to move down here. Can I try to listen through that door, see if anybody heard the horrible screech of ice or of ice on the shield?
Sure. I will say with disadvantage because you're listening through like a door and a wall. But yeah, go for it. Give me a perception check.
Okay, cool. This, as said before, is not that great, but it's worth a shot, right?
Yeah, worth a shot. It's not an action. It's a free perception check.
Yeah.
Not hurt.
No, I appreciate it. I wasn't sure you would allow it. I am proficient in this. I'm just bad at wisdom. Yeah, it's a 5. That's a nat 2.
Yeah, you can't really make anything out over the like whistling of the steam and the shrieks and chaos of battle. You're not hearing anything through this door. So whatever the rat heard must be pretty quiet over there.
Yeah. I think the fact that I can't hear it over the noise leads me to believe it can hear the noise.
That's a fair assumption to make. Peg, it's your turn.
I do have one last thing I'd like to say on the turn quick.
Yeah.
Which is another, like, honestly at this point, sort of a yell over to Althea. Althea, yell something quick about this being an improper welcome in Goblin.
And we'll see if Althea responds to that on her turn, which is coming up soon. It's not very far away. Peg, what do you got for us? You can move, you can do stuff now. You see, from your angle, you actually probably can see both of these small, tiny flying creatures seemingly made out of ice and steam that seem to be harassing Atlas. There's not much room to get in there.
Yeah, Peg is going to step forward and try to squeeze up next to Atlas and try to stab the steam one.
So the steam is going to be out of your range. You could reach through the doorway and hit the ice like Selwyn did, but Atlas is actively like standing in the 5 feet between you and the steam.
Oh, okay. All right, then the ice one, she's gonna try to slash it with her rapier.
Okay.
Does a 10 hit?
A 10 does not hit because of the cover from the wall, unfortunately. So you kind of go in trying to get there, but you can't quite get the right angle. Maybe your wing gets in the way and it just kind of shoots under where the arm used to be that Selwyn just knocked off.
All right. Then she's going to back up and get by Selwyn. And
okay. So like here?
Yeah, she's gonna go over there and she's gonna put her ear and try to hear if she hears anything in there.
Sure, same thing. Perception with disadvantage if you'd like.
Perception. Okay. And okay, with disadvantage, 19.
19? Okay. So you do not hear a lot of ruckus or anything going on the other way. And it's really hard to make out specifics through the door with all of this going on the other side without a barrier between you and it. But you think you hear like a very low whine. Like something in there might be sad or crying, maybe. Anything else for your turn?
That's it.
Alrighty. Jaro, Atlas went in, opened this thing, and a huge burst of steam just shot out of the doorway in front of you. You've seen your friends go in and kind of shoot some attacks in, but you yourself don't have line of sight on anything in there right now.
That's hot.
If you move over, obviously you can see both of them through the door. Yeah, you can see them.
Move over. Yeah, and I'm just going to hit the one straight ahead with the
Eldritch Blast. All right, so you're trying to shoot under Atlas's arm, shield, whatever.
Yeah.
We are not in league. Your Eldritch Blast does not just go through his back, unfortunately. To 19 will hit, even with the cover. And you may be right, Althea. I'll keep that in mind in future. 8, okay. So he takes 8 damage. This guy's looking like he's having a whole bunch of trouble holding his form here.
And then I'm bounce back over real quick, so I'm not blocking the doorway for anybody else.
Okay. This ice method is on its last breath. Neither of these guys is looking super good, and they do not like it. So he is going to open his breath. And the only one in the cone is Atlas.
Okay.
He's actually going to move here just to make sure he doesn't do what his buddy did to him. And he is going to unleash a blast of chilly, frigid, cold frost breath. I need a dexterity saving throw. Once again, it's pretty easy. You're just looking for a 10.
Dexterity. 15.
Okay, so you take 2 ice damage unless you want to spend your reaction to make it none.
I'll spend my reaction.
Okay, so it becomes 0 damage. The ice method's turn is done. And that brings us to Althea.
Yeah, so Al will just move over where she could see in the door. She's pretty tall, so I think she could probably see over Atlas there. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. She'll cast Chill Touch again. So her little spectral hand with a basket of delicious berries that everybody wants to eat will go out in there.
Sure.
All right.
See, you say everyone wants to eat them, but then you use it to murder things.
I mean, you know what? SOCKS. That is 10 to hit. So I don't think.
Yeah, unfortunately, not past Atlas. It would have normally, but with the partial cover of Atlas's big body there, unfortunately, you can't get quite the angle you need, and this thing manages to just duck out of the way as the berries fall down on it.
Yeah, so that's my action, and as far as bonus action, I don't think I'm doing anything this turn with a bonus action, so that'll be end of turn for me.
All right. Steam Method's going to roll to see if he recharges his breath. He does not. So he is just going to make, I believe it's a claw attack. Let me double check.
I think so.
Yeah, claw attack. He's just going to use his steamy hot claws and try and rake them across the Atlas. But I do not think a 16 hits you, right? You said 17?
18.
18. Yeah, so that's he tries to swipe at you, but again, your shield and armor manage to keep his claws at bay, and he can't get a firm grip on you. And that's going to bring us to your turn, Atlas.
My turn. So it was still when they threw the dagger at the steam one, right?
Yes.
And it didn't look like that was resistant to that?
Nope. That's correct.
Okay.
As far as we can tell, neither of them are resistant to piercing damage.
Okay. I'll just
Both of them have taken some.
I'll poke at the steam one directly in front of me then.
Okay, go for it.
16
16 does hit.
for 10.
10. Let's double check. Yep, that's going to do it. Steam Boy dies. However,
Quick, stuff him back in before he what's the word?
when he does,
or disapparates.
Disperses.
There's an explosion of steam, and I need you and the ice method to make a dexterity saving throw.
And your reaction just came back.
Oh, don't.
It did because it's your turn.
Dexterity saving throw. And 18.
Okay, so you're gonna use your reaction?
Yep.
Okay. And let me double check how much it is. It is 1d8. Okay. 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 So it explodes. And
Kaboom!
the ice mephit dies because it is vulnerable to fire damage,
Oh no, is this one gonna explode too?
which means it explodes
No,
in icy
no!
shards. And I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw, and you do not have a reaction anymore.
I got a 10.
Okay, so you do make it. You're taking half of this, so you take 3 ice damage total. That's already halved.
Okay. Yeah.
Damn.
That does clear those guys. They're done. You guys take a second and listen, and it doesn't seem like anything huge is coming. There was a lot of battle in this hallway, but it seems like whatever is going on up ahead is either too busy to have noticed or too far away.
I would like to take a moment to use Cure Wounds again if anyone does not have a problem with that here. Do you guys mind if
Silwyn is rushing into the room and trying to stuff what is left of these methods back in the barrel and close it.
Okay.
So it's
Um,
very hard
out
to
of the
find
way.
anything. You do find a couple pieces of like ice on the ground that chipped off that you get back in there. Can't really grab steam. However, as you're putting the ice in there, you do see something shining at the bottom of the keg.
Oh, we know I can't resist something shiny.
And as you look closer,
grabbing
there seems to be 5 tiny royal blue gems at the bottom of this.
I look at Atlas healing himself up in the corner and yoink. Cup them in my hands to take a quick peek. I found something.
What we got?
Looks like. Can I try to appraise these? See what kind of gems they are, maybe?
Atlas, you have a heal from the audience.
Oh, yay!
If you didn't want to spend the cure wounds, you didn't have to.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, audience. Because that would have been my last spell slot. What is that for a heal from the audience?
2d4 plus 2, I believe. Whatever standard healing potion is.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it's 2d4 plus 2 or 2d4 plus 4. I never remember that.
I think
2d4 plus 2, and then greater is 44 plus 4. It's plus 2.
So, 5. Awesome. I'm back where I started, like nothing ever happened.
Hey,
All right.
Sylvan.
But yeah, I'd love to try to appraise these gems quick.
Sure. Give me some kind of intelligence check, whether it's nature, history, arcana.
Okay. I think
I'm
they're
not
pretty...
obviously if you have jewelry kit proficiency, you can obviously add proficiency to
I
it
don't
or
think
something, but
I don't think I do. But yeah, I think they're all the same for me anyway. Yeah, I'll do nature. You know, there are trees in some of the noble gardens back home that grow gemstones. 14. You're muted, John.
thank you. So they're tiny. You theorize these are probably worth somewhere between 5 and 10 gold pieces a piece. You imagine that they were used to channel some kind of magic to control those creatures in there. Which,
Right.
now that you've seen 2 of them with that kind of an intelligence check, you can probably theorize this was some kind of magical makeshift,
jar.
like water heater almost. You had ice and steam.
Oh.
Ice and steam in there.
That makes sense. Well,
Does
they're
it
going to
look
be
like?
very, very cold in their showers.
Do you still think it's a good idea to try to poison it?
Do you have topical poisons that could be waterborne?
Well, I have several different cultures of mycelium and access to a herbalism kit, which contains different herbs and things inside of it. So I could maybe whip something up really quick if you think it's worth it.
Do we think we have time to whip a poison up, everybody?
I mean, we can.
I mean, as long as
We
somebody
do
walks
have
in
to
the
make sure
door,
these
I
children
mean-
stay alive in a goblin hive.
You ain't wrong.
Yeah. Probably not too much time if we can do it like relatively quickly.
You got 60 seconds.
Yeah,
Cram
we're
some stuff
talking under
together.
5 minutes here.
Yeah, I don't know what the actual in-game passing time is for such of an action.
What I'll say is you do have cultures on you, so you will try. You can certainly try and make something. What I'll say is if you're trying to make a topical poison quickly on the spot with whatever you happen to have growing on you, we're probably looking for somewhere around a 22-ish DC, probably, would be my guess.
And what do you want? What kind of check do you want?
Herbalism kit.
I was gonna say, yeah, herbalism kit for sure. So like you can do your proficiency, and I assume herbalism would be either intelligence or wisdom if you're a druid. Wisdom plus proficiency is fine.
Yeah, I was just wondering more if it was going to be like a medicine or something along those lines plus proficiency. That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, generally, I think whatever you want to do, if one of those like adds wisdom and proficiency already, you can certainly do that instead.
Yeah, you know what? Survival does. I can do survival.
Yeah, but it's not
well,
proficiency, I don't think.
And Silwyn will guide on that. Silwyn will
Bro!
guide on this.
I got a 22.
Nice.
16 plus 6 is 22, plus whatever guidance is.
Nice.
D4.
So you pull out a couple mushrooms
And I got
crush them up.
4 on my guidance.
26.
26.
Yeah, so you pull out some mushrooms in your herbalism kit, and in like 40 seconds, you just start plucking random mushrooms from yourself and putting them in there and like using a mortar and pestle and grinding it up. And you end up with this fine powder that as you like put a little bit of it on your fingers, you feel this like tingling on your fingers. That is usually the sign that it's right with herbs is doing something to you via touch. You obviously don't do enough to like fully poison yourself or anything, but this would, in this 30 seconds, you've made enough to probably like poison 1 or 2 people if you get a healthy amount like on their skin.
Yeah. By the way, do you think that the people we're looking for are gonna be accessing the water that comes from this? Because I kind of don't want to poison Karen's children.
I don't know that they'd be taking a bath in the dungeon.
And just whip up an antidote.
That's a new anime. Gang, is it wrong to take a bath in the dungeon?
Well, I'm kind of morally gray, so I'm just gonna do it anyway. And I'm
Sure.
gonna pour the powder into the thing.
And what I will point out is when you pour it in, you see that whatever water was in there seems to have started draining through the pipe. So this is going to get in there, but you notice the water isn't refilling. Because we have the ice and steam method in here that we're combining so that the ice was permanently melting and filling the barrel with water as well.
Yeah, but that little bit of water in there is going to be a good enough carrier, I think, to get it down in the pipes, and then someone's going to come and have to pour more water in, and then it's just going to work. It's a thing. It's a thing, and it happens, and it does.
Also, I'm a little concerned that the goblinoid I came in with is the only one in here that doesn't seem like it takes a bath.
Again,
Odd.
I'm pheromone maxing.
You keep saying that. That doesn't mean anything.
It does. It means that if you don't stop worrying about my personal hygiene and worry about your own business, I'm going to put you head first in that skibbity toilet right there, and that's going to be the end of this conversation.
I'm worried about my personal hygiene being near you.
Okay, well, go to the other end of the party and do it that way. Go to the opposite end of me. Go. Get away from me.
Fine. And I'm gonna just start checking out this big door here, the door
Okay.
behind which the rat heard something.
Yeah, for sure. So you take a look at the door. It seems like similarly an ordinary wooden door, although it does seem like there are some like iron bands on it, so it seems like it's slightly more what's it called? More like
Reinforced.
sturdy. Yeah, but as you take a look, I'm not gonna make you roll this one. Also does not seem to be locked or trapped or anything. It's just a very sturdy door that is currently closed.
Can I look through the keyhole? Is that a thing that I can do on this door? I know it's not locked right now, but can I try to peep through and see something on the other side with like a perception check or something?
Sure. I mean, I'll give you a disadvantage because you're heavily like limiting the vision, but sure.
Okay, cool. Can I guide myself on this?
Yeah, for sure. Never gonna say no to a guidance.
Hell yeah, that's a 4 on the guidance. I keep trying to tap and hold because I'm so used to D&D Beyond.
Okay, so that's not bad. So
Would
you
have been
look through.
a nat 20, but it's 24.
Sure. So you look through and you see crudely executed symbols and glyphs scribed in bright green dye along the walls, as you see an irregularly shaped chamber. You can't get all of the details in here. You see on one side what seems to be some kind of a large fire pit. You see a metallic cage on the other. And you can just make out in the corner of the southern wall a gaping hole. And that is where we're going to end it as you're looking through this keyhole, as we're getting close to our 8:30 time there. So next time, we will move forward and find out just what is in this cage up ahead. And who or what is whimpering in that room.
It's me.
Thank you all for joining us once again. With me tonight, I had my amazing players. We had Chip playing Sowen, Shen playing Peg, Huli on Althea, Atlas, or Brendan on Atlas, sorry, not Duke for those of you who may not remember that. And there is Randy on Jaro Lightfeather. Thank you guys so much. Huli, you want to promo stuff for the rest of the week?
Yeah, so tomorrow.
Just one quick correction there.
Yes.
Oh, I just have one quick correction. Tonight I was actually playing Regina Spector playing Sylvan. We went full Mean Girls.
So tomorrow we have Concentricity at I think it's 6:30 Central. I always forget that. And then
7:30
Saturday,
Eastern, 6:30 Central.
Yeah, there we go. And Saturday we are. I don't remember which game I have Saturday this week, but there is one. There's one this week. That's all I remember. I have to look at my calendar.
Chronicles, I think.
Chronicles, yeah, there we go. Chronicles of Aurelia, Saturday at 8 o'clock Central, and then we're back on Monday for Delirium shenanigans, as always. So thanks for hanging out, and stick around so we could run a raid and learn a little bit of information about our channel from our sweet little outro video, and we'll see everybody at the next show that you decide to come hang out with us. Hopefully all of them, but we'll settle with one of them.
If you're not here for Concentricity, I will personally be upset.
That's fair. We're about to experience a bomb, so there's that.
Aren't I such a nice GM?
The nicest.
Yes, I love it. All right. Buttons.